When you think of the greatest players in the NBA, what kind of player comes to mind? A dominant big man like Shaq, or maybe an elite scorer like Kobe? Well, there's one thing for sure. It probably isn't the shortest player in the league. But what if we told you that this guy right here is not only the shortest player ever, but also an elite playmaker and one of the best defenders in the league? Welcome to my channel. Today we'll be looking at the stats of the shortest player in NBA history, Muggsy Bogues. Coming in at just 5 feet 3 inches, 160 centimeters. Muggsy Bogues has held the title of the shortest player in NBA history since being drafted in 1987. Standing just above the rim, the pint-sized point guard played 14 seasons in the NBA until his retirement in 2001. He is best known for his time with the Charlotte Hornets, where he spent 8 seasons dishing out assists and locking up opposing point guards. Despite his lack of height, Bogues was never at a disadvantage when it came to playing basketball. In fact, he was one of the most exciting and electrifying players to watch during his era. One thing that made Bogues so good was his elite playmaking and passing ability. In his 14-year career, he averaged over 7 assists per game. To put into perspective how amazing this is, only 2 players are currently averaging over 7 assists per game in the 2020-21 season, Chris Paul and Trae Young. But it wasn't just his playmaking ability that made Bogues great. He was also one of the best defenders in the league, often stealing the ball from players who were a foot taller than him. His insane speed and court vision allowed him to penetrate the lane and find his teammates for easy baskets. He was known for his signature behind-the-back passes and no-look passes, which left defenders puzzled. Now, you might be wondering, did Muggsy ever dunk? The answer is no. In fact, he never dunked in an NBA game. But he didn't need to dunk to dominate the competition. He was too crafty and skilled to be denied. He would drive to the lane and finish with a layup, while being fouled or pull up for a jumper in the face of a defender. And when all else failed, he could dish out an assist to one of his teammates. Muggsy's career coincided with an era of big men who dominated the league. Guys like Shaquille O'Neal, Patrick Ewing and Hakeem Olajuwon. But he didn't let his size define him. Instead, he used his heart and determination to become one of the greatest players of his generation. He wasn't the strongest or the tallest, but he was the most fearless. He played with a chip on his shoulder and a determination to prove the doubters wrong. Standing just 5'3", he became a fan favorite wherever he played, inspiring millions with his never-give-up attitude. When Muggsy retired from the NBA, he left behind a legacy that transcended basketball. He proved that size doesn't define success, and that with hard work and determination, anyone can achieve their dreams. Let's take a look at some of his accomplishments. He finished his career with 6,726 assists and 1,369 steals. But those numbers don't tell the whole story. He was a magician with the ball in his hands, a true floor general who made those around him better. He was also a fierce competitor who hated losing more than anything. So what's the takeaway here? Don't let anyone tell you that you can't achieve your dreams because of your size or your background. Muggsy Bogues is the shortest player in NBA history, but he's also one of the greatest. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more.